So if you hear the humming in the background, just ignore it. That's my 3D printer running. Because, yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm RJ, and today I'm going to be ranking my Precure collection. Not my entire collection, because that's a lot. As of December 1st, 2024. This is not going to be going out frequently. But I kind of wanted to do just some stuff to close out the year, and it's going to be ranking videos. It's going to be a lot of ranking videos. But I'm just going to be ranking the, like, roleplay toys for now. So that's going to be, like, all of my transformation toys, my weapons, and that's still a lot. But we'll get through this. So the way I'm kind of ranking things is like how well I feel I do as a toy. So it's going to be how much can you do with it, how aesthetically pleasing is it, how displayable is it really, because that's kind of important for my collection. So let's go ahead and actually jump into the very bottom. I actually had a completely different thought for this one, but I forgot that I owned it, and it is the Healing Good Arrow. I should probably also mention this is not going to include anything that I actually have listed up for sale on eBay, so part of my collection that I got in my massive haul is not in this video, because it's not really going to be a part of my collection. But the Healing Good Arrow, while it is very, very cute, and I love the Healing Good items, it just doesn't have a whole lot of functionality. It only works with the one element bottle, because it literally has 2 pins on the entire toy, so you don't even get anything special, really, out of it. But yay! So, moving on to the next one. Following that, we have the Tropical Pact. Now, I know a lot of people loved the designs from Tropical Rouge, and the designs are great, but I personally, the toy is super, super cute. It's one of the few, like, non-white or pink transformation toys that we have, because it's blue and purple-y, but just in general, I feel like it lacks a lot of what some of the other transformation toys do. It only features the group transformation, which is different, because usually the transformation toys will just have the solo transformation, but I wish this actually had the solo transformations as well. And just in general, I don't know, I just wasn't as impressed with it as I thought I would be. Keeping up the theme, we have the Mermaid Aqua Pact, bringing it up next. That's the only reason it's above, is just the way that it opens. That is just really satisfying to me, so that's why it's just one spot above the Tropical Pact. Next up is the Star Color Pendant. I loved Star Twinkle when it was coming out, but the toy itself just kind of didn't really do it for me. I feel like there would have been a way to include a game mode, and for a regular, like, transformation toy not having a game mode, it just kind of, I don't know, doesn't do it for me, really, so. I mean, it is still cute, but not cute enough to save it from that. Following that, I'd honestly have to say the Melody Sword would probably be the next one. I don't know. While I love it, and it's a very nice weapon, like, it's massive, I feel like the fact that it only has the 2 games, despite the fact that it has all the buttons, really could have it could have improved itself, so, I don't know. I don't know how they could have improved it, but it's lacking something that's just really kind of clicking with me. I'd honestly have to say the Earthwindy Harp. It's just, I think, just that it's so similar to another harp toy that I have, really. It just lacks so much of the functionality of it in comparison that I'm just not as impressed with it. I do like the fact that you can still activate Cure Earth's transformation with it, though, so that's pretty neat. Next up, I'm gonna have to say is actually Latte. So this is the plush latte. And I get that she's mainly meant to be the interactive mascot toy for Feeling Good. But she also does function as a transformation toy, and something about it's just kind of lacking. I mean, she's super cute, and I love the Precure transformation, because she's got the button in her paw, so. But, yeah, we're kind of seeing a little bit of a theme with some of the Feeling Good items. I love them, though, so. While it pains me to do it, the next couple spots actually are taken up by the two Beltiers. I'm going to keep them together because they're super, super cool. I just wish they actually were electronic instead of just being like big hunks of plastic with the fairy tones being the electronics. So, that's really my only complaint. Aside from that, they're definitely some of my favorite toys outside of the whole ranking system, so. Moving on. So this next little bit is actually kind of difficult because these next few toys are really kind of the ones that I play with the most. And it's going to be a little more difficult to choose, but we're going to continue on. I'd honestly have to say it's the Precure mirror. Simply just because it's very difficult to use. It doesn't consistently read the Precure cards, or the pretty cards, I think that's what they're called, for happiness charge, and then the Precure cards are for Futarewa. But just in general, it didn't really. It's very, very cute, and I love it. Like, it's just very difficult and can be very, very grating to try to use. So we're kind of getting into like the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're in the top 11, and going in the 11th spot would have to be the Kita Kita Patisserie. Out of everything that's left in my collection, I just don't go for it as quickly as some of the others. It's still a very, very cute toy, and I love it. But there's just something about it that I'm not as big of a fan of as everything else. And I think it's just because it's kind of both very clunky, but also very small at the same time. So I know that this one is probably going to be a hot take, especially for some of my mutuals on Twitter. If you don't follow my Twitter, go follow me. I haven't mentioned it enough already. But I'd honestly have to say the Wonderful Pact is up next in the number 10 spot. It is very, very cute, and I love the way that it works. Simply just because it's got the little spinny wheel here. My only gripes with it are the same gripes I would have with the anime itself, and that I want a little collectible. I like collectibles, if you cannot tell by the fact that I am a toy collection channel. And my top ones all somehow include the little collectibles, so. Okay, despite how much I love this season personally, the toy itself, while I love it and play with it very frequently, the Pre-Heart's gonna take number 9. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the fact that there's both a lot of functions, but also not a whole ton, that it's kind of like, meh, to me. I would like to see a Pretty Memories version where it has like an actual like screen here instead of just the little lights. I feel like that would make, and like maybe like add in a third game. I feel like that would actually like really make the toy even better for me, because it's still a really fun toy. I love it. Bringing up next is the Love Heart Arrow, and despite being one of the newest additions to my collection and me absolutely adoring it, and the fact that it is much, much easier to display compared to the Feeling Good Arrow, which I don't even have on my display. It sits in my ottoman with the Beltiers, simply because the Beltiers are massive. And this one is a very nice size to display. It's got a really fun game mode. It's just kind of clunky and loud for me, personally. I'm also just not a fan of the battery cover. I feel like they could have done that a little better. But aside from that, it takes the number 8 spot. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. I don't really know why. That just, it just feels right, you know? So taking the number 7 spot, even though it was an absolute grail of mine, and I'm very, very happy to have it. Did I say 8? 7. 7. It's the number 7. It's gonna be the Smile Pact. And it's basically the size. It's kind of small in comparison to my favorite compact, which is the Sweets Pact. And it is very, very cute and aesthetically pleasing and works very, very well. That is a really good mirror. It does have a game mode, and it has a lot of games. 7 kind of just feels right, you know? Because while I love Smile, it's not my top season. So, very cute, very interactive. It just kind of fits there. So we're kind of going back to an earlier issue with number 6, and it is the Princess Perfume. It is very, very high on the list, and I absolutely adore it, but it does not have a game mode either, just like some of the earlier items that I had complaints about. Aside from that, it is very cute, very aesthetically pleasing. I love the functionality of it. It's just, it's a very good size to really use. So, it makes number 6, and I've kind of got some of the same complaints for number 5, which I'm doing this in one clip. I know it's a little different compared to everything else, but that's going to be the Lovely Commune, and that brings us into our top 5. But very cute, but the lack of game mode makes it go down just a little bit. So, but it's still very cute. Aside from that, it is the smaller of the two phones that I have. It's just, it's not as holdable as the Pre-Heart for me, so. But moving on to number 4. Well, it is one of my favorite transformation items. Number 4 is going to be the Healing Stick. It is very cute, so fun. I love the fact that it has the motion register and the squishy paws and the little element bottles. They're my favorite collectible. And Rabidin, Pegitan, and I don't remember his name, the cat guy, he's so cute. They're all just so cute. Definitely a top choice for me, and it makes number 4. So, on to number... Okay, number 2, this is days later, by the way. Because I suck at filming videos, so it's a day later. At number 2, we've got the Sweets Pact. I absolutely adore it. I love it. It was my number 1 for a very, very long time. But sadly, it just can't compare to my number 1 choice. This is a very bright light. Jeez. Okay. Oh my lord. I want a ring light. So bad. But it's very cute, very aesthetically pleasing. Kind of see what's going on in the background here. There's Sunset Shimmer. We're babysitting my 3-year-old cousin. It has one of my favorite functions for a Precure toy, and it's just so, so cute and colorful. But number 1 just blows it out of the water. Now, if you don't follow my Twitter, number 1 might... Oh, shoot. Now, if you don't follow my Twitter, number 1 might shock you. Just a little bit. But the number 1 spot for my entire Precure collection, as of 2024, is the Magical Lovely Pad from Doki Doki Precure. It's just so good. Like, it's so good. Now, I think the reason why, between my 2 tablet toys, I prefer it is simply just its functionality and the fact that it basically is in a DS. So, this is number 1. Specifically, I prefer it without the Magical Lovely Harp upgrade, simply just because the Magical Lovely Harp removes so much functionality. Like, it has a couple exclusive games, but overall it just loses, like, everything else about the Magical Lovely Pad, so I do prefer just the Magical Lovely Pad. Also, I love the fact that it's red. It's so different for a Precure item. Like, I love the fact that it's red, and then this is just very typical of Precure. Pink, white, and gold. But, number 1 choice, hands down the best toy I own, and would highly recommend if you're wanting to start collecting the Precure roleplay toys. It has a lot of mini games. It has a sort of it can catalog all of the Cure Love Aids that you get, because when you put it in there, there's a log for all of them, so it catalogs everything. But that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.